A big recruiting weekend is in the books for Iowa football and already reaping the rewards as Iowa gets the commitment from a Phoenix defensive lineman. We don't say that a whole lot. Devan Kennedy committing to the Hawkeyes 2024 class. We'll talk about it in just a second. The raw upside of a young man who really hasn't played competitive football for a real long time, despite some impressive bloodlines. But first, let's talk a little bit about our sponsor, Ascent Nutrition, and their Lion's Mane mushroom, folks. Be sure to check out our sponsor's website, goascentnutrition.com, to learn how their Lion's Mane mushroom can help to support your memory, focus, mental clarity, your overall gut health, your blood sugar, all these things. Great benefits from the Lion's Mane mushroom, new product that recently dropped from Ascent Nutrition. Visit goascentnutrition.com and use the code Hawkeyes for 15% off your order. Plus, Iowa floor covering and their Tough Core click together 4.5 millimeter waterproof vinyl flooring available at $269 per foot with self-installation. Visit iowafloorcovering.com/DIY. You are supporting great people who do a great job at what they do, not only with Ascent Nutrition, but with Iowa Floor Covering in Bondurant. Again, visit iowafloorcovering.com/DIY. So the Hawkeyes get a commitment from Devan Kennedy, who did visit Iowa over the weekend. It was a big weekend for this 2024 class. A number of out-of-state guys coming in to visit the Hawkeyes, and Iowa already reaping the rewards of the weekend with a commitment from 6'4" Devan Kennedy, listed at 240. He is a member of the Brophy College Prep School in Phoenix, Arizona. We don't talk about Iowa hitting Arizona a ton. In fact, I don't remember any players that Iowa currently has on the roster, unless there's a walk-on somewhere that somehow made it up and paying out-of-state tuition to play at Iowa. I'm not aware of that. I'm not aware of any players from the state of Arizona on the Iowa roster. So Iowa found a way to get a big city kid to come up to the Midwest and not only visit, but now commit just a couple of days removed from really just about a day removed from his visit. Now, here's the thing about Devan Kennedy. His dad was a really good football player for Penn State, and Penn State did offer Devan. Now, Jimmy ended up being a first-round draft pick, won a Super Bowl when he was with the New York Giants, and played for a number of different NFL teams. Ironically enough, did not play for the Arizona Cardinals, where he later set up his family. But there were the roots. There was the connection to Penn State. Again, Jimmy Kennedy, really good football player, and Devan had an opportunity to go to Penn State. Perhaps it's a matter of not wanting to live in his father's shadows. The other thing about this is Devan has not been playing football a real long time. He mentioned that his junior season was his first year of football. So what are the circumstances behind that? I don't know. Would love to talk to Devan. We'll try to get him on the show. Would like to know more about his background, but certainly raw upside at 6'4", 240, and reportedly has a 7-foot wingspan. Now, that's impressive for a guy who's listed at just 6'3.5", 6'4", and I was giving him 6'4", because of what I saw, according to 247 Sports, he was listed about 6'3.5". And according to Sean Bach of 247 Sports, he has gained approximately 50 pounds in the last couple of months. So a number of these offers, including that Penn State offer, coming in this month. Would you call him a late bloomer? Maybe, but maybe just potential not realized until recently. And he did have several big name offers. Penn State, Illinois being one. Oregon State also offered some other group of 5 schools. And I'm guessing had he waited, he would have gotten more P5 offers. He's considered the 43rd best player in the state of Arizona, according to 247 Sports. 247 was the only site that had him ranked from what I saw prior to his commitment. And in 2022, the stats don't blow off the stat sheet for Devan Kennedy. Played 9 games, 12 total tackles, folks. 12 total tackles, 2.5 tackles for loss, 1.5 sacks, and a fumble recovery. He did take it back for a score. Go back and look at that highlight on Huddle. It was an impressive play from Devan Kennedy. And it wasn't just that play, but if I'm thinking about a comparison, we always like to talk comp players when we're talking about a future Iowa Hawkeye. Maybe a little bit of Chauncey Golston in Devan Kennedy. I don't know that Devan Kennedy will end up playing on the outside at Iowa. He's obviously got tremendous upside. His length is really fascinating. He's got great bloodlines, and his stock is rising quickly. No question about it. That's why this is a big ad for the Hawkeyes in this class. But from what I saw on tape, at least not yet, I don't see the quickness, the burst off the edge that makes him just an obvious edge guy once he gets to college. Now, maybe I'm wrong. He demonstrates good power, his ability to affect the pocket, but I just don't know that he's got the speed on the outside. Now, maybe he'll prove me wrong, but at 6'4", already 240, and with his weight going like this, maybe he puts on another 40 pounds. I mean, could he with his frame? Maybe. And he ends up coming into Iowa at 270, 280, and Iowa ends up grooming him into an inside guy. I would not be surprised if that ended up happening. My guess is he ends up being a defensive tackle at Iowa, but keep in mind that Phil Parker, Kelvin Bell and company, they like to run these guys on the inside and the outside. Maybe a little bit of David Kalker in him with a little bit more upside, and I think some of those intangibles perhaps a bit more intriguing. But congratulations to Devan Kennedy and his family. He will be a member of the Black and Gold in 2024, and we'll see what other results come from this past recruiting weekend. Some pretty good skill position players that were in the mix as well. So we'll see what happens. But one of those big weekends throughout the cycle, throughout the year, that Iowa hopefully can cash in on as it relates to official visits. Be sure to tell me what you thought if you looked up the small highlight reel of Devan Kennedy. Again, he's kind of raw and intriguing. He's kind of like a lot of guys Iowa's nabbed on both sides of the football here of late. Will they turn out? Will they develop like you want them to? Obviously, those are question marks, but Iowa as a whole, not necessarily at skill position spots always, but as a whole, one of the best developmental schools in the country. Tell me what you thought of the tape you saw. Give it a thumbs up. Please share the show out on social media, and we'll talk to you next time.